So I have a few things that I wanted to talk about. The first one kind of just like deals with like friendship. I think like, you know, kind of like dive into the whole like first half of the podcast, like the name and everything. I guess it's it's for you. The question is, do you feel like, so the one of your friends that watches the episode or the podcast, do you feel like you can't talk to him?
For what reason?
Like, do you feel like if you just like start talking to him and then you feel like you can't talk to him about things because like you've already said that on the podcast, so like he's already like heard that or something? Or do you feel like you don't want to talk to him about specific things because you want to talk about that on the episode and you don't want to spoil something?
No, I never think anything like that because I'll talk about anything and everything, and most likely I'll repeat myself anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But I don't give two shits. I'm not blaming the podcast for this. I think I've like recently gotten into a mood of like, not recently, I've recently gotten out of this mood that I've just kind of been coasting, just like going by, like going through life and whatever. And I feel like I've been leaving a lot of my friends behind. It was just like forgetting to text them or whatever. And I feel like I was starting to think that like, oh, I don't want to talk to them about like this funny thing or whatever because I could talk about that on the podcast. Okay.
But if they just like don't listen to that episode or something and they miss it or whatever, I don't know. But then there's like the flip side of, I have one friend in particular that I feel like the podcast has like only strengthened our friendship. And he like texts me and he's like, I think it's so funny that he's like, I think the dynamic of your friendship with Isaac is so good because like you guys like get excited about like some like the smallest things. Like I think he was talking about how like when we went to Nashville and how we were just like getting so excited about like drinking like a few beers or something or whatever it was. And he's just like, that just sounds like a normal like weekend in Nashville, but like the way you two like explain it, it just sounds like even better though. Like
it was, I mean, we literally drove hours just to drink in the house,
do exactly
which we could do here.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just, I don't know, something about it. Well, if you don't get excited about it, then what's the point?
I think we're very good at storytelling, like playing up things that happen.
Oh yeah,
but like
that's true.
I've also been called out for being a terrible storyteller. Like I will just like stop mid sentence. Well, like there's like times whenever I just stop mid sentence and then I just like pause and like don't. I'm like, what was I talking about? What happened? But then, and then there's other times whenever I'm just like trying to explain something. And then I go way too into detail about one specific thing, and then people are just like, Andy, just get on with it. Like, like this doesn't pertain to the overarching story.
Yeah, I've done that a few times where I've just gone a little too much into detail, and they're like, "I fucking pick it up there, bud." And I'm like, "Okay,
yeah.
gotcha." But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like whenever I want to tell a story, they're like, I feel like I gotta get whatever emotion I was feeling in that moment or thinking of in that moment, I gotta like somehow express it to somebody. So regardless of what story I'm telling, if I'm telling a story of, you know, like the time I thought I was drugged, like I just have to fully go out and just say like what fully I was thinking in that moment, because it just, I don't know, it just makes it, you know what I mean? Like it
adds something to it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like just telling somebody about like the awful secondhand embarrassment that I have. And I feel like whenever I tell somebody a secondhand embarrassment story that I've had, like I just like, I feel like I get a point across just how terrified and just how mortified I am in that moment, because I don't know. It's just,
It makes the story, like you said, makes the story way better when you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like old YouTube videos that we used to watch, like when people like die in a video game, they don't scream. Like when when we're playing, we don't scream.
Yeah,
I mean, we do, but
yeah,
we do it because of like the same reason of like to get a reaction.
yeah, exactly.
Because like otherwise, you're just sitting there playing a game and you die, and you're either like, oh shit, or you're just like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's usually that, just shit. Like, just a quick little fuck.
Yeah, just like the small little things that just add a little bit more to either a story or just like whatever you're doing. But that was just like the one little thing that was on my mind. The other thing.
That's it. You were like, hey, do you talk to people because you do the podcast now?
Yeah, because I was curious. Well, it wasn't like do you talk to people? Do you feel your friendships I feel like our friendship is stronger than ever because we see each other physically now. But for me, for example, and I guess like you too, because you don't live near your friends, is like your high school friends as much anymore, but you still talk to them. But for me, moving from PA to Ohio and then even further away in Ohio, I've noticed that my friendships have like not deteriorated, but just like, I don't know, I feel like I talk to them less and I feel like I have less to talk about because like I don't know what to talk about.
See, that's been a thing where in my case, my friends, we're so stupid that we just talk every day. And we just have a group chat, regardless if it's us just fucking just roasting the other person or not. We're talking no matter what. Like, I get a video every single day of one of my friends just working, and my one friend, I'll just get a video of him just sitting in his truck screaming. Just, I know what he's doing that day. I'm like, whatever. But so then the next time I hang out with him, it's just like normal. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think we've gone almost like every day since I've moved away. We're just talking in some way. And if there's a day or two that goes by, I don't think anything about it. I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything about like the time that I don't talk to my friends either, because like for the most part, I can just jump right back into a conversation. But it's when you realize you haven't talked to them in a while, and you're like, I wonder what they're up to, but you don't want to just say, hey, what's up? You don't want to just have that normal conversation. You want to actually like talk about something that's worthwhile.
I get that. Yeah. But see, then I'm the opposite way, where like if someone just randomly texts me like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh shit, what's up, dude? Like, and I'll just shoot the shit with them. But then when they say like, how you've been, I'm obviously not going to like info dump on them. Like, man, dog died, this and that. You know, right, like, I'm not going to go into that much detail. But like for me, whenever I just see like a text like that, like I have one friend who doesn't partake in he does like in the group chat, but he doesn't go on Snap that much. He actually listens to the podcast, and I get like a text here and there, like every like 2 months, maybe a month or something like that. And sometimes it's just like, hey, what the hell was it last time? What did he send me last time? Last time it was, have you ever tried pixel art? And it was just left off of that. And I was like, no. And then we went into this conversation.
Like, what do you, like just like on your computer?
Yeah. Like 8-bit art or something like that. He just asked me about it. And I was like, I haven't really tried it before. And then we started talking about it, and he was using this program. And he was like, you want to give it a shot? And I was like, I don't give a shit. Yeah,
so sure, it wasn't even like he was just like, hey, you should try this.
Yeah, it's just like that, of picking up. But then occasionally I will get a text like, hey, how you doing? Like I sent him a text a while back because he moved, and I was like, how's it going? And then we just went from there. Like I don't know. I don't think about it too much. Yeah. And I don't think I do. And I just type. It doesn't matter to me. But like I said, as soon as I get like one of those random texts of like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh shit, what's up, dude? Yeah. Yeah. Like I got a random text from somebody. Sorry, it wasn't even a text. It was a phone call in the middle of the night. Like at like 2 a.m. or something.
Did you answer it?
No, I was dead at that. I was asleep. But I saw that the person called me, and I haven't talked to him in, oh God, probably like a year or two now. And I was just like, oh shit, like he called me at 2 a.m. I was like, it must have been important. So like first thing in the morning, I sent him a text. I was like, hey, are you okay? Like, is everything good? Like I got your call. He was like, oh yeah, my bad. I must have fell asleep with my phone in the bed and I called. I don't know why I called you. And I was like, oh shit, dude. Okay. You're all good. I'm like, I just wanted to make sure you weren't dying or something. He goes, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I was like, yeah, no problem, man. Hope you've been good and have a great day. And I just went on my way. But it was such a weird, like, forgot all about that even happened. But he was shocked that I even responded to it. But
no, I'm the same. Like if I get a phone call, usually, which this happened recently, I got a call from someone that I also haven't talked to in like almost a year, and I was like, this is weird. I haven't heard from them, but I immediately sent a text like, hey, missed your call. What's up? Like, and then he just was like, I just wanted to shoot the shit, just wanted to talk, like see how you were doing, like see if you wanted to get like breakfast or something someday.
Yeah.
But then it like quickly puttered out because I was like, well, I live in Columbus now, so it might be a little bit tough. Yeah. So it, like it's, but that's like that's the conversation I want to not avoid, because I like talking to him, but then it just like it slowly like goes downhill.
Yeah.
It's like, what have you been up to? Like, what are you doing in Columbus? And then I explained like the whole thing, like moved down here and wanted to be down here instead of Cleveland, whatever it was. And then it just kind of like stops.
Well, yeah.
Like, but like I guess he's a good friend, but he's not a friend that like I consistently talk to. If it's a friend that I'm like always talking to, or like I was typically talking to almost every single day, it feels weirder that way. That like you go from talking every single day to slowly talking less. And then it's just to the point where it's like, I haven't talked to this person. Like you text them, like, hey, how you doing? What's up? Whatever. And then it just is like, that's where it is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I want to put this. I take the guy approach of, yeah, they're doing their shit. It doesn't bother.
No, like that's the thing too. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, and that's like, that's kind of like the conversation we had today. We were talking about it, and it was feeling like, I feel like we haven't, like our relationship, our friendship has like kind of deteriorated, and I don't know why. Like we both kind of agreed on it, and he was just like, yeah, I mean, you're doing your own thing. I'm busy as fuck.
Yeah. People got their own shit.
It's weird, like when you think about like we used to play video games all the time, but then we never really played together. We just like were online. We're just talking. So like it's weird that like we didn't play together then, and we don't play now. But like we were just talking like online or whatever, how that makes a difference. Just being online and just like literally not even saying anything, just like saying something really fucking stupid.
Yeah. That's all you need. And then honestly, whenever you have one of those days of doing that, that's good.
Yeah.
You're good. It's like whenever I text my friend, I get those few text messages, I'm like, hey, we're good. Even if I didn't get him for like months, I'd be like, he's doing it.
Yeah, no, I never have the, I don't want to make it seem like I'm like worried about the friendship. I feel like I kind of made it seem that way. But no, I'm just like, I just think about it. I think about like the state of it kind of, and how.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think there's a good thing about it, and I think there's a bad thing.
Yeah.
And then the bad thing is just unnecessary worry.
Yeah, I think it's kind of part of me like trying to come back to reality, and like realizing like, oh, it's been like a month and a half that I've just been like literally going through the motions of life.
Yeah.
And then I think, oh, I should probably, text my mom or like do something like the little things. And then I'm realizing like, oh, I guess if I'm talking to my whole family, I should probably talk to this person too. Like if I'm like
Yeah. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I just did that the other day where I was like, I should probably call my grandma. Like, I was like, fuck. I was like, I haven't done that in forever. I was like, I definitely need to do that. Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that really bad like a month or two ago where like, and I talked to you about it, where I was just like, I am just like the same thing every day, and it's not enjoyable. Like, it's rough, and it's easy to do.
Yeah.
It's really easy. You just gotta realize that you're doing it, and then kind of like, well, we kind of have switched it up recently where, not really recently, but since we started to do the podcast, that like we make it a definite day that one day a week we all hang out together, us and our roommates.
Yeah.
So it works out perfectly. Did we talk about last episode about how much my roommate hates about?
We did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Man, my roommate was so pissed.
Yeah.
It was bad, but hey.
It's like I said, roommates come and go.
Then what was the other thing that you wanted to talk about? Because you said you had 2 things.
Yeah.
Or 3 things.
I think
or 4
that,
things.
Or 5.
Oh my god.
So the other thing, I feel like whenever we talk about weird things, or at least like you bring something up. So like what was the last thing? It was the simulation theory.
Yes.
I was talking about a situation where I was like, yeah, I feel like when I've been driving my car, I'll like look in the rearview mirror and I'll see a car, and then I'll look again and there isn't a car there. And you looked at me like I was fucking nuts. And you were the one who brought this up. Like these are like the times where like you kind of like, you're like gaslighting me. You're like, why would you say that? Like, that's insane. Like I brought up the situation, but like, wow, that's fucking weird.
You want to know something really funny?
Yeah.
That just happened to me this morning.
You looked in
Yeah. Somebody was like on my ass for like
that's
5 minutes.
That's how it always is.
I could tell that I was like daydreaming my whole entire ride to work. Like I had one stretch where I was
5 minutes.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like, I don't remember that. And then I could like slowly retrace my steps. And while I was retracing my steps, realized that I still was not paying attention to where I was driving. And then I was driving down this road, literally just daydreaming, noticed that the person was there. And then I was like, oh shit, like I'm not paying attention. And then I was like, yeah, I can recall everything. Look back in my mirror, gone.
Yeah.
Just gone. And I was like, what the
It makes you think like there was no exit. Like anywhere near me.
And in that case, though, I was like, there were some roads back there. He could have dipped somewhere. But I just, But
it's like sometimes it's that, but then sometimes it's like, well, maybe he just like sped by me, and again, I just like wasn't like fully in it or whatever. It's just weird because like sometimes it's a very distinct car, and you're like, I would have noticed that car driving by me, or I could see it in front of me because it hasn't been that long. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but that's not even there's some things where I was like watching videos, and I'm thinking there's a point where one of us would be like, you're fucking stupid. Like you're out of your mind. And this isn't a stupid one, but I just remembered it. You know how like people really believe Mandela effects?
Yeah.
How do you feel about those?
I think I actually just had this conversation the other day with somebody at work. I think it's real.
So what do you mean by that?
Like that there's plenty of things where you think that, you know, say that like for the whole entire life you thought this army man, for the people who aren't watching, I have like a green army man on the desk, that this army man was not green, and in fact they're blue, and they've always been blue. Like that, I feel like that happens. Like somebody just told me something the other day, and I was like, bullshit, shut up. No, it's not.
There was, and I wish I could remember it. I just watched the video either this morning or last night, and it was something very shocking. There was like, wow, it was the Fruit of the Loom thing. You know, like the Fruit of the Loom logo, how it's a cornucopia. Apparently it's not. It's never been that.
It doesn't seem real.
It doesn't seem right. But in my mind, I feel like Mandela effects are like, it's just naming it something, like naming it's like deja vu. You're just naming something. You're just giving something a name so you can call it that. You're like, wow, this is weird. I thought that this was blue instead of green like my whole life. And then someone says, we need a name for that. And they say Mandela effect. But I think that...
Wouldn't that be the same? That's what you do with everything, Andy.
Well,
you see a steering wheel and you're like, I need a word for that. It's just a steering wheel.
Right, but what I'm getting at is I think it's just your memory just like thinking that something is something else than what it actually is. Like the green versus blue, the Berenstein Bears versus Berenstain Bears, whatever it is. Yeah. Like it's always been spelled like that. In our head, we just thought that it was spelled a different way. And then someone starts saying, it's not Berenstein, it's Berenstain. And you're like, huh, no, I always thought it was this. And it's just everyone thinking in a domino effect. They're like, oh, are you sure?
But that's what I mean. But like, doesn't so many people having that reaction like give it some sort of truth that it's like it's real?
I'm not saying it's not real. I think it's part of the kind of a simulation theory thing that like in a different simulation, a different universe, a different world, whatever it is, it's spelled this way, and yours, like you did in fact see it blue instead of green, but that was in a different universe, and you saw like a ripple in time or something, and you're like, you weren't supposed to. It would be wild, but then like I just think it's your memory. It's just you thinking.
Yeah.
It's just you trying to... I think your brain does it all the time. Like your brain tries to cover up bad memories all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like COVID, for example. I think a lot of people have forgotten about the 2 years that we were in quarantine.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like some important things happened during COVID, but to a lot of other people, they just are like, huh, that actually, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. That whole entire time, it did not change for me. Like, I literally did the same exact thing I've been doing any other time. I played so many video games, Andy. It was awesome. I cannot stress how much video games I played and how awesome it was.
I mean, it was really good at the beginning, and then when you try finding a job and you can't find a job, so all you do is sit down and play video games, like it. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, the not being able to find the job and, people getting sick and everything, that part was bad. But the video games.
Yeah, I think
awesome.
Personal situations can be good or bad. It's the same exact thing. Like, sure, like a lot of people were in terrible situations during COVID, but like other people, it's fine. It's all based on like where you are. It doesn't like just because someone else is having a terrible time doesn't mean you are having a terrible time.
Oh, for sure. And you know what else? You got me thinking now. Fucking moving this mic, I don't care.
I feel like I'm sitting up again.
Now you got me thinking. It's not the same thing with the Mancala effect or the Jumanji effect.
Mancala, isn't that like that's a fist weapon, I think.
No, I don't think that's it. But I was just thinking, because it reminded me, it's like when people say that store doesn't have an S at the end of it.
Like Eckerd?
The fuck is that?
You don't know about Eckerd drugs? Maybe that was just a PA thing.
I was going to say, well, should it be Eckards?
Yeah.
Or does everyone say it with
everyone
Eckards?
Says Eckards.
Yeah.
Everyone adds an S to fucking everything, and it's so frustrating.
But that's what I mean. I feel like people have been thinking that it's an S.
Do you say Kroger's?
I used to say Kroger's all the time, yeah. Yeah, I used to say it all the time, and then someone said, it's just Kroger, right? And I said, you're lying to me.
But why does Kroger's...
I figured it out.
Is it like Kroger's with an apostrophe S?
No. I had this conversation with somebody the other day because they brought this up because I said I don't say Walmarts. Okay. And then
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
yeah, okay, it's like I don't say Walmarts, but she said, okay, well, do you say Myers? And I say, I do say Myers.
Yes, people. Yes,
Because Myers also doesn't have a it's anything with an R at the end of it. It's anything with an R. It's as simple as that. But I did see, it didn't make me go down a fucking rabbit hole because I saw a logo for Walgreens and I said, does Walgreens have an S in at the end of it?
no.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it did, but I started
But that's what I
questioning.
mean. Yeah, exactly. So that I started losing my goddamn mind because I thought the same exact thing about well, I don't fucking say Targets.
Well, Walgreens, I'm guessing, is a last name.
You saying Target's not a last name?
It's not. It's not. I hate to break it to you. Same with Walmart. Like the person that owns Walmart, they're not Wally Walmart.
Well, that's just absurd. Maybe a Henry Walmart, but not a Wally Walmart. But I mean, it's the same thing. What the fuck is it? Marshalls? Does Marshalls have an S at the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one's good. I don't say TJ Maxx's.
No, you don't, because you're not a lunatic. There's a few places in my hometown that I just associate this with my aunt and uncle who are just, they're crazy. And my mom is doing this now too. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's called El Canelo. They say El Canelos, but they say it with an accent, but not like a Spanish or Mexican accent. El Canelas. So it's like, what is that? It's not even, that's not even close to the right name.
Is it people just not caring, or just are they saying I'm going somewhere, so I have to add the S on it?
It's people thinking that it's actually there.
Oh.
It's not like, and then the other place is an ice cream place. It's called Forbush. I'm pretty sure the person's last name is Forbush, but they add an ES or something.
You're saying Forbush is an okay last name, but Walmart's not a real last name?
I don't know. I think it's just like that might just be the name of the place. I don't know if it is or not.
Now, is it spelled
but people
Forbush?
FOR Forbush.
Oh, like you're voting for Bush.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's just one word. But people called it Forbushes so much that they changed the name to it.
That's incredible.
That annoys the shit out of me.
That's awesome. I'm so glad they did that.
Imagine if Kroger just they're annoyed by someone calling it Kroger's the whole entire time, that they're just like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking change it. And then you see it and you're like, yeah, it doesn't look good.
See, I'm starting to think though that somebody took the S off of Kroger's one night.
All of them across America.
I'm not saying that it was in one night. I'm saying it was a slow process.
Okay, I can get behind this.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
There were hundreds of people that were a part of this.
Yeah.
And they just like okay, there's a Kroger's over on Hamilton.
Yeah.
You take that one, I'll take the
That's
one
what
on
I'm saying.
East.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was some sort of SQ. I think, you know.
Does coup have an S at the end of it?
No, but coup's a stupid word. Like, they don't understand how it's even spelled that way. Doesn't make sense.
Couped?
Yeah, coup.
Yeah.
But another word for you. McDonald. I always say McDonald's.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's McDonald's. It's not McDonald.
Why not?
Are you saying why isn't it McDonald?
Yeah.
Because it's McDonald's. Like Ronald McDonald, it's his Donald.
Okay, but then
it's his fun house. It's where I got touched as a kid.
Okay, well then it could be Sally Kroger's.
But it's not. It's the same thing with Walmart and Target.
It doesn't make sense.
But it's also like it's different. Like Taco Bell isn't Taco Bell's.
It could be though.
You're right. Everything could be.
Applebee's is Applebee's.
Isaac, you could spell your name like a normal human being, but you don't.
That's true. That's true. I do have a couple. I do have some weird spelling for it. But it just pisses me off. But put an S at the end of your business or fuck off. Okay, like It just annoys me.
You heard it here first. Put a fucking S on the end of your business.
Yeah, like
we're friendships and stupidities now.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking, I was like, you know what? We have to change our name now because it's so. Unless it doesn't need an S, then you don't have to add an S.
Well, what constitutes if it needs an S or not?
If it sounds good.
So what's wrong with Kroger?
There's nothing wrong with Kroger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't need the S.
I mean, you could though.
Yeah, you could add an S to anything.
Well, yeah, that's how lettering works. But I just
that's how the alphabet works.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But I don't know. It just annoys me that so many places has an S on their name and then other places don't.
Well, I don't know why you're thinking this. I'm true. Like I'm so upset.
Why?
Because like why? Like you are the people that I'm so upset with. Like why do you need to add the S to everything?
I don't think you have to add it to everything.
We're going in circles. We're going in circles, man.
Look, like I said before, I think
we need to make a list of places that need an S versus need an S, don't need an S, and ones that have an S, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll read that off. We'll just get a list. That's what we'll do. We're gonna have someone curate a list of just whatever, restaurants, businesses, hotels, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to look at it. We're going to say that should be over with the S's. That one should not be over with the S's.
Quick question. Is Barnes and Noble Barnes and Noble or Barnes and Nobles?
It's the first one, Barnes and Noble.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I feel like that is like a last name. Like Victor Barnes and Jack Noble.
Yeah.
So that, I think...
But that's going to be going against what you said earlier, right? Didn't you say that, like, it's somebody's place or something like that? So, like, it's McDonald's place?
I mean,
so...
you're right. I mean, there's contradictions. There's exceptions. You're right. But this is why we're going to do this. We're gonna get this list put together, and we're going to see where they should be.
See, this is how... I feel like this is how you're feeling right now is how I thought about the fucking food conversation about what's a fucking sandwich and what's a soup bowl or whatever the hell it was.
Well, you can only imagine how I felt whenever I was in my place of business trying to argue that food is not just a sandwich or a soup.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it gets brought up even though I don't go into work anymore. Like I just get a message. And like sometimes whenever there's like a new employee, someone will just say, "Is blank a super sandwich?" and then they'll tag me, and we're like, "Fuck you!" I'll say that like right in the chat, like in the general like main chat, and just say, "Fuck you! I'm not doing this anymore."
No. I think I would just start blocking people, even if it would affect your work. I think you should start blocking people.
I'm pretty close to. I'm pretty close to. And the person that originally brought this whole thing up to me, he doesn't even work with us anymore. So like, bitch. I think I won. I think I actually won. I have to text him that.
Yeah, I won.
Yeah, you're the one who quit, you fucking bitch.
But now you're still stuck with it.
Yeah, I'm still stuck with that, and I'm still stuck at this work.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, like, winner, it's a hollow
sword.
Title.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, did I win? Yeah. Do I feel any better?
No.
No.
No. Oh, fuck. All right. How long has this episode been going on for? Because there's still something we have to talk about.
We probably have another, like, 10 minutes.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
We need to talk about Ohio, Andy.
Oh.
Because we're the official podcast of Ohio.
Okay.
This will date it. This will date a little bit.
And I'm going to let you take the lead because I'm still not a resident.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I've been in Ohio for much longer. So Ohio has had a how do we want to call it? An interesting run with certain items in this state. Okay.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, for sure. And recently, I believe, what was it? 3 days ago? 3 or 4?
Tuesday. 2 days. 2 days ago.
2 days? Oh, fuck. I was way off.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. Well, today was 4 days in one.
What?
I'm trying to help you. Just continue. Jesus Christ, man. Holy shit.
You confused the fuck out of me with that one.
Yeah.
4 days in one.
Yeah, like you're like 3 days off, and I was trying to help you and say that you put like today was worth 4 days.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. I got you now.
you're getting me flustered,
yeah,
man.
I got you now. Look, it's been a long day for everybody. Okay.
Yeah, it's been 4 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing weird about it. So I lost my fucking train of thought. So on Tuesday, they have passed that the old Mary Jane is now
The old
going to be recreationally legal in Ohio.
correct.
That is wild. My group chats that I'm in
It's been nuts.
went nuts. Like, it was that like night. People were fucking going off, and it's wild. It's wild to think that's gonna be a thing now.
Yeah.
In Ohio, of all states.
Which I want to just throw this in there before we go too far. We also passed the law that abortion is legal, even though like abortion, it's been like illegal. You could still do it, but it was not safe. Like that was just the way that you brought it up too. Like it's not like people couldn't or women couldn't get abortions. It's just that it was very not safe to do it. Yeah. But I just wanted to throw that in there and be like, this is what you're focusing on. Like I mean, for this podcast, like it's just two dudes. Like obviously we're happy that passed as well.
Yeah.
But it's I find it's a lot more interesting what's going on in our friend groups because of weed being legalized.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even realize that was what issue 2 was, because I wasn't able to vote in Ohio. I was able to vote in PA.
That's all I knew about. Literally, like, because so many fucking people were talking about it.
I didn't even know. Like, I just looked it up, and then I'm sitting with like at my roommate's parents' house, and I just say, "Oh, issue 2 is voting on on recreational marijuana," and of course, like her dad said, like, "You would have known if you would have voted," and I'm like, "Okay, well,
yeah,
whatever." But I couldn't believe like how nuts like it was like getting, and I was thinking like I'm gonna live in a world where I'm gonna have to tell my kids about like how fucking sketchy it used to be to get weed.
Yeah.
Cause like they're gonna be like, Dad, I go to Walmart to get weed or something. Like they're gonna be like, you had to like see someone in a dark alley and like pay them like cash. Dude. I use my credit card. Like,
I have some shady stories.
Yeah, I feel like once it's officially legal, we can definitely go into that
for sure.
Because it doesn't go into effect until 30 days after. So
correct.
Don't just go fucking mad like walking down the street and be like, I'm gonna just smoke this joint like out in public. Like, you can do that in 30 days, but you can still get in trouble for it.
Yeah, my friends went wild, and I was like, guys do realize, right? I'm like, what are you guys doing? You guys are nuts.
They're like halfway through, like, huh?
Yeah, what? Yeah, like I was like, oh my god. But like, it's just wild, and I absolutely agree. I think we can absolutely go into some stories about that, because I have plethora of stories that I can go into with that.
Yeah, now that it's legal, we feel a little bit more inclined to, and we've talked about it in the past.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't talked about it.
Yeah, but we we definitely like held back on
For
talking
sure.
about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I don't even like. I'm really curious to hear about these stories because I know at least one, and it actually kind of references to this very show.
Does it?
I think so. Yeah, it does. It does. The person you were, and I doubt that he'll ever hear this, so it's not that big of a deal. His name's Jack.
Holy shit. Yeah.
So like it, obviously for the people that haven't listened like that far back, that was the first episode.
I forgot that I even told that story.
You never told it on the podcast. You've only told me. So
I
that's
never told that story in the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
that's like
God.
that's like a big one.
That is the hands down one of the best stories I have.
That's the only one I know. That's the only one I know that of like of
boy.
you obtaining.
Obtaining. Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Oh, that's
shocking.
That's a spicy way to leave it off then.
Yeah.
Because I love that story.
Mm-hmm.
We can make a whole episode out of that story. Oh, I'm so excited now. Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go any further than that. Then
No, I don't think we can. I
No.
mean, I think we can have people be excited that we're gonna. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about it now,
Yeah.
and I'm remembering it all. So, oh yeah, we got some stories that are gonna be coming thanks to this becoming recreational now.
Yeah.
We're gonna be able to.
This is all that's coming is stories, not anything else.
No.
We're responsible. people.
Absolutely. And if our jobs are listening, we're absolutely responsible.
Yeah, until 30 days from now. I was actually saying the night of like if this passes in 30 days time, I might never be sober.
Yeah, in 30 days, it's gonna be wild, and then on the 31st day, it's gonna be National Drug Test Day.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and I think someone mentioned to me like, but it's not addictive or anything. I was like, yeah, it's not addictive, but like, I don't smoke because I'm worried I'm gonna run out, and then I have to go and get more, but in a less than ideal scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this can be something we talk about another time, but fucking anything's addictive. I hate when people say that's not addictive.
Well, it can be.
It all depends on the person.
You go down a slippery slope though. Like people just say that weed isn't addictive because they don't want you to think that it'll do something bad to you or.
Well, yeah, I get that, but like I said, that's another fucking conversation we can have for sure.
Yeah,
but
it's a rabbit hole that
for sure. But all
we don't have time to go down.
No, but all we gotta know is we got plenty of stories coming our way, and oh fuck yeah, the day we can shoot for the day after it's become fully good to go. I'll tell the Jack story.
That works. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. That's like a Christmas present right there.
It'll be kind of close actually.
It will be. Yeah, I know. And honestly, it might be around whenever we first started the podcasting. Like it might be a year. That's even more exciting.
This would be incredible, Andy. Yeah. It sounds like it's come together.
Yeah. This is our birthday present.
It is, yes.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.